feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here and you're my peers as a subscriber, welcome my little astronaut. So for today's video, we're going to be covering today, will there be a riot or a rally in Washington, D.C.? Apparently there are reports on there is actual planning and preparation for the first time, unlike August, where people are going to go to the Capitol and riot and rally and get justice for the defenders. They call themselves defenders of the U.S. Capitol, or quote unquote, defenders of those who were wrongly accused, quote. And so they're trying to redeem those people by doing them justice by rallying around the Capitol. So we'll take a look. A lot of us, many of us actually, many psychics have talked about a dark cloud. And I'll be covering that tomorrow. What is that dark cloud specifically? But we mentioned that there was going to be another one just like January 6th. It's just a matter of when or if, right? And so I'm really hoping it doesn't occur. It never happened when it's 11 light. But in case it does, if you know anybody, this will be a great way for you to kind of protect them if something was to occur. So we're going to look at the energies here. Do you have any messages, any questions, answers that you would like to ask about this particular event? Please put them in the live chat or in the comment section below. I don't know much about the topic. I try to keep it very vague with me so it's not biased in any way or form. All right, so let's begin. Let me light up this incense and then we're going to start, okay? This is being live streamed on September 13th at 7:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is when this is being recorded. And here's some quick disclaimer that you'll see on your screen right now. If you're interested in booking with me, just check the description below. Right. All right. So here's some quick disclaimers. Please keep in mind this video is just for entertainment purposes only and for education purposes only as well. Okay. And that is all. At the end of today's video, we're going to leave the reading off with a better note. So we're going to have positive reading for you about what you need to be focused on going forward in terms of your own self and personal spiritual growth. All right. So let's do this. You're welcome, Clarence. But Clarence, you have questions, please ask. Okay. I know nothing about the topic. Like, I literally don't know anything. Like, I didn't follow it. Only thing I know is just my parents said that they want to kill the Democrats. That's it. That's all that I know. And I assume that's a common feeling among other Republicans as well. So we'll see. All right, so let's see. Oh, actually, here are some reports that I gathered on the news cycle as well. Actually, you know how we talked about, I said in my monthly reading when I did that 3-month video, and I said it's almost like someone's trying to reenact 9/11 in some way or some form. Well, actually, there's just been a report on the news a couple of days ago that Flight 93 was aiming for the United States Capitol on 9/11. So that could have happened, but it didn't, thank God. A man was recently arrested. Hi, Liz. So a man was just recently arrested with a baguette and a machete patrolling around the Democratic National Convention in hope that they can murder or massacre Democrats. We have here, there was a recent report in August of someone trying to hide, I think, in the U.S. Capitol's library with a bomb. So there's that as well. Then, of course, the question for justice or the quench for justice, so to speak. So there is a lot of energy, a lot of emotion here that, you know, we could have many possibilities happen. At the end of the video on I'm stuttering. On Saturday the 18th, I got a feeling for a very long time, for a couple of months now, but that the Capitol was going to have some sort of explosion. And I talked about in my video a long time ago where I talked about the blueprint of the U.S. Capitol is being hidden in 3 different compartments, like Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi's office, and then also I think in another one as well. There's 4 different copies of blueprint of the Capitol. At the time, I didn't realize what they were for, but now I'm starting to think that maybe they're trying to find secret doors and secret inways into the Capitol. So there's that as well. So let's take a look. We're going to use the United States Tarot deck. Let's see what message we get. All right, so Spirit Angel, please tell me what is going to happen on September 18th. I don't know why I keep saying January. I feel like you had not even went past the month already. All right, so what is going to happen on September 18th? I'm doing it again. Okay, so we have here massive arrests. So there's going to be people who are going to be arrested, potentially trying to go over the gate. So we have the gate here with the storage and someone being arrested. Right, so that's the White House, but I'm assuming this is the Capitol. It could be Biden as well. They can get a hold of Biden. That could be what this means. We have here as well as we have the Hierophant, right? Religion, faith. There's some sort of faith here. Almost like they're doing God's work, right? This is what it feels like. Potentially, this could be what they're trying to do. Maybe they could potentially try to drag Biden out of the White House. It's probably what they're planning. That's probably what the goal is here. To drag him out and almost make it look as if it's in a disgraceful way to kind of push forth this QAnon conspiracy and that they're doing God's work by saving the country, so to speak. What else do we need to know about that? What else is going to happen on September 18th? Okay, the fact that I keep saying January tells me it might be like January. What energy have you guys been getting? I want to see what your intuitions are getting. So we have the Eight of Cups here. So we have the Eight of Swords and we have the Eight of Cups. This is the White House again, but from the back perspective. But all the cups are emptied. So it feels like there's only two cups are standing, the rest are knocked over. And what this tells me that there is a possibility for many attempts, but two of them may sick. The question that remains is whether or not the military can step in. Because you don't see this guy looking. Like, it's almost like we should have stepped in when we had a chance, almost type of scenario. Like, it almost feels like there's some sort of energy around a coup. Now, this could just be energetic. The energy is so strong that it could be coming through the reading, but necessarily this doesn't come to fruition. But nonetheless, this is the story. This is the plot of what they're planning or hoping to happen. Will it come to fruition? Hopefully not. But it looks like this is the way it's heading in as of right now. Then we have here death. All right, so this is interesting because we have here a rebirth, a change in government, change in transition period, right? And we have the Confederates, the white power, white nationalists here, the Nazi, neo-Nazis, stuff like that. I am sensing here that there's a big change. The fact that we're in an eclipse right now, not even in a full moon, which is what the moon looks like outside, tells me that there's a shift going in. There's a seismic shift because you look here, we have two full moons. Oh, you can't see that, but we have two full moons in this deck. We have the sun here and we have cloudy. So it tells me that by this point, it's going to be a full moon. Let me see when the next full moon is. I think that's going to be very significant. It's particularly for United States together. Full moon, September. Let's see. Yeah, so September 20th is going to be around the full moon. So by the time September 18th is, there's going to be around a full moon. So it should be a full moon in the sky. We have here the Lovers. I feel like people are going to be pretty scared. Now, this could mean people are scared about what the government. It almost feels like a Taliban. Almost feel like a Taliban takeover kind of style, but like Republican, so to speak. We have here the Eight of Wands. We have a major achievement for the Republican Party taking power over the presidency. So even though they didn't get the presidency, they're going to try to take it. They're going to try to take it. That's the plan here. The goal here is not to bring justice to those who are wrongly accused on January 6th. It feels like more so the secret plan is to replace Biden with Trump. That's the goal here. That's the end game. That is what they're planning. Next card is we have the Queen of Wands here. This is the Obamas trying to erase Obama's legacy. That's what really Trump is all about, is erasing Obama's legacy. That's what Trump has been a major cornerstone of. We have here as well the Knight of Pentacles. They're going to act like monkeys. They're going to act like crazy monkeys, but they're going to say they're all about the economy and wanting a better life for all of us. But really, that's not really the goal here. At the final card here, we have the Ace of Swords. Justice is going to end up coming for the people who try to do that. There will be justice here. The justice will be served. So even though it may be an attempt to queue on a certain area, there is going to end up being some sort of resolved issue. So it's not going to be like they're going to be able to take over forever, or even if they even get there. There will be jail time. I do see jail time for 3 of Swords. It's almost like jail. And you see here again, we have the full moon. Full moon in the background, right? And that is very important. Let's grab the full moon card. Where's that guy? Where's my full moon? It's dark mirror. Oh, it was right in front of my face. Ah, got it. What do you guys think is going to happen? I'm curious to see what you guys are thinking right now. What is going through your head? This is just the story. We're just getting a general overview. This could be the energy that's so strong. The energy is so strong that it could be manifesting through the cards as well. That is a possibility as well. All right, so Spirit Angel, tell me, what does this full moon in this deck during this reading about September 18th trying to bring justice for those who have been wrongly accused on January 6th, even though they were physically there trying to break through? What does this mean? Okay. Oh, they pop up the card. All right, so funny, we have a full moon card. We almost have a full moon card here, and it makes sense because it's almost complete here. All right, so remember how I said we have an eclipse? Well, this is the first card that comes out. We have here is have faith in your dreams. Right, so this is reverse. So the dream is to have this scenario happen. The dream is to make sure Biden and the Democrats are out of power officially. That is the dream, right? That's reverse. It's not going to happen, right? The next card that come out is to take time to breathe out. Decimating the moon, right? You kind of see it's almost in full completion, right? September 20th, the full moon. We almost had that full completion, just need that last little phase in order to see the full moon. So take time to breathe out. It feels like what I'm seeing here is that they're going to be like rushing in and then they're like a monkey type scenario. Like they're going to be like angry and almost like they're very tough, but they're out of breath in some way. But then the next card that comes is expect powerful change, the new moon in eclipse. So there will be a new change here. And then we do have the death card here, which is the transition card. At the bottom of the deck here, we have as well as we have the new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. We all need to meditate right now, meditate on a good outcome, and meditate for the people who don't know anything about meditation or cannot meditate because of how psychologically damaged they really are, right? We have here as well another new moon. We have communication is key, communicating. The Democrats need to communicate better to the people and be better on camera too. We have here be bold and make the first move, the cardinal moon, right? They need to make the first move. Like I said, that one of the cards here said that the military almost regrets not coming in sooner. They need to make the right call. So we have here is we have luck is on your side, new moon is Sagittarius, which is reverse, right? So luck is not on the people's side in terms of those who want to oust the government. So as of now, I don't see the story fruition in, but this is the plan. This is what they have planned, and this is the astrology behind it. The astrology is not with them. The astrology is not going to be supporting whatever institution or rationalization they have inside their head. And it's funny you mentioned it. The eclipse season is coming soon too. That's interesting. I don't know much about astrology. Do you mind telling me when that possibility is going to come about so that we can be more prepared for when it does occur? Because I feel like it's going to be a lot of jail time, and I agree with you, Karen, because the jail card did come out and end. So there might be more mass arrests. And you want to know what's really funny though? I think the reason why the government wants the people to come to the Capitol is because the same people are like murderers, for example. Murderers have a tendency to like to see the crimes that they committed by going washing them again. Chances are the same people who were there on the first time are going to go, and that could be also as well why there's mass arrests. Because now they don't they can easily identify them in the crowd because the photo matches them and they can easily just snatch them right out. So I would not be surprised if there will be mass arrests, not in the sense of trying to go towards the Capitol, but also the fact that the algorithm picked up on their face from January 6th. So let's take a look at that. November 19th, lunar eclipse. Interesting. Thank you for that. Okay, so let's take a look at Flight 93 that was aiming for the United States Capitol on 9/11. Right? Let's take a look. The Flight 93 that was aiming for the U.S. Capitol. Why? How do we avoid that? How? That's a good thing. I might ask them what we shouldn't have. It's a good thing that we did avoid it. Okay. Okay, so you see how here all these are reversed? It's very interesting. Right? Oh, December 14th is solar eclipse. Thank you. Solar eclipse don't actually happen as often as we normally think. We're just in the time period. There's crazy stuff going on. We have here as well, we have the Queen of Swords here. We have mental capacity. They think that Joe Biden does not have the mental capacity to be president, so let's try to take him out as soon as possible. They don't think that he is the legitimate leader because they don't think that he has the mind capabilities to run the country. Right? We have here the world card reversed. The world is upside down. You see here, you see that little star? It would have been the airplane going towards the Capitol, but it didn't go, right? It avoided collision, basically. We have the Princess of Cups, right? It wasn't going to happen at the time of a Democratic president, right? We have the High Priestess card, forward into the light, right? We're going into the light. But right now we're in that darkness stage. We're in the Dark Knight of the Soul for America. So we're not going into that full dark stuff because the dark stuff does not support blowing up the United States Capitol. Would not be within its best interest to blow up the Capitol and then not be able to continue what it wants to do, right? So no, I don't see it happening either way. Regardless, the Capitol was meant to stay put. It was a symbolization. Oh, you meant December 4th? All right, thank you. So it's a symbolization there, right? It's a big symbol. All right. So I'm going to allow you guys to ask questions. There's only 3 of you. I was expecting bigger turn up, but that's okay. Put in your questions in the live chat or like information and give me feedback on like the readings and stuff like that. Because I don't know much about what the topic is about. So if you have something, a little bit of knowledge, let me know in the live chat. We're going to quickly go to ad break. So I can put some cards away. Have you ever wondered how you can get access or find my social media, my webpage, anything from my Patreon page to my classes, to book a reading with me, whatever you want, and anything that you could possibly think of, including submitting questions? You would go onto my YouTube page, click on the most uploaded or most recent video. You'll click on any of these or the ones that are uploaded as most recent. You will go there. You will go to the description, as in this case. And you can either click on submit your question, video topic, or request here. You can find it there. Or you can go check out through my website and you can click on this, which is Linktree at Chris. You click on that and it will take you to my webpage where you can find numerous different links, or it could take you to many different things along with my classes that will be uploaded here as well on my Patreon page. You can book a reading with me. You can submit your question. You can find the most uploaded video. You can go on to my 2 other YouTube channels. You can make a generous donation if you would like, along with joining my Facebook page and Instagram and Twitter as well, of course, if you are interested. So this is how you can find my webpage. If you are interested, let me know in the comment section below what you do think. And I'll return you back to your content. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Okay, so we don't have anybody commenting. So I was thinking, why don't we cover like a little bit of the information about the bombing of the U.S. Capitol? Now I'm going to be doing more in-depth reading. Why I kept feeling very drawn to a bomb of the U.S. Capitol, and that was a plausible outcome as one possibility. So let's just take a quick look and see what would have happened had it done it, had they been successful, so to speak. What would have happened had they been successful with bombing the United States Capitol? Okay, so it's the moon here. Okay. It's all about the presidency. This is what this is. It's like a message. It's a message to someone, not necessarily to the president, but a message to like a world leader, so to speak. Is what I'm seeing. We have here. We have the moon card. The plan is no longer hidden, right? We have the full moon at the forefront here, right? Full moon. We have here Washington D.C. in reverse, right? Washington. They're gonna say Washington is down. Washington is down. Something like that, right? We also have here the Supreme Court will be wiped out. There will be no conservative justices or Supreme Courts, right? We have here following, we have the Two of Cups union. There would be almost like a very nasty energy between both the Democrats and the Republicans because of what they did, what would have happened, and they would have blamed one particular party for it. We have here is we have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is all about power and control over the United States and the people. Obey me or else is kind of the attitude that they're going into with this, right? And we have here the Four of Cups. They want the presidency, but they're not going to refuse it, but also it's a message to another world leader. There is a message here. I don't know what this message is, but there is a message here. And we have the Six of Cups reverse. It will signal the end of an era. A signal an end of democracy. It could be a signal of an end for I guess voting. I don't know. Whatever the message that they were trying to put out to this world leader, it would almost like go ahead now. Like America's weak enough. Like you can take over or whatnot, something like that. So there is a plan here. That's what would have happened had the bombing was been successful. But when I talk about the bombing on Saturday, I'm talking about more so the feeling and drawing that it's going to happen as one possibility. It almost feels like it's going to happen eventually. Just when or if, right? So what are the energies on the three-dimensional level from now through October in the political arena? Okay. Okay, let's see. That's a good question. What is the 3D energy from now until October? What is the energy going to feel like? Spirit Angel, tell me. What is the political energy going to feel like in the 3D? Are we in the 3D? I'm going to kind of gather a little bit of information, hopefully. Interesting, the cards are coming out again. This card keeps coming out again. These two cards right here. All right, so we have here, for the energy in terms of 3D, we have here exposure. So things that were hidden in the past are going to start to come to light, both Democratic and Republican. So secrets that they are kept, whether it's the corruption, people wrongly accused, people stealing elections, and stuff like that. That's in here. We have here as well, we have the Eight of Cups, Ten of Cups, excuse me. And what this is telling me here, that American life isn't as innocent as it was. So you know how the energy and the quote-unquote "Make America Great Again" slogan is going to make it look like this past information that comes out. It's going to make America look like, oh, America wasn't that great. We just idealized it because times it just seemed simpler, even though they really weren't. There are things going on behind the scene. We have here the presidency, how hard it is for the presidency, and understanding it on a deeper level. Potentially more people become more educated, a little bit more. Potentially people will think they're educated about a specific topic, even though they're completely wrong. Could be due to misinformation as well. We have the Prince of Cups reverse. They're almost like it's the phoenix rising out of the ashes, right? We're talking about the 3D and the dimensional energy. It feels like it's going to be all about the Republicans. Yeah, okay, we have all the Republicans here. All right, so we have about the Republicans saying no. So no to the election results, right? Just say no to the election results. So the Republicans are not going to concede willingly. So the Democrats are going to have to come up with a way to get them to concede. Here's Nancy Pelosi coming in with the Seven of Wands here. So I do see like some sort of investigation is going to open up again. There's some way or some form. Potentially there's going to be an announcement by Nancy Pelosi by October, potentially on January 6th, or there might be another impeachment trial, but not towards Biden, but towards Trump, right? We have the Ace of Swords. There's going to be more documentation, more information coming through a bigger investigation. I have a feeling this is going to be also opening up reports about the Mueller investigation. That's the involvement of China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, China, Russia, and then a couple other countries who were involved to interfere in American politics. It's going to be a major cornerstone come October. Then we have the Three of Cups, right? We're going to start laughing about things. And by laughing, I mean, like, it feels like more so like morbid. Like, we kind of make dark humor jokes that really shouldn't be funny at all, but we kind of humor ourselves. We kind of allow ourselves to heal from the trauma that we're going to experience. The American freedom is going to be feels like in the 3D. Right now, it feels like American freedom is going to be a thing of the past temporarily. And because of this is going to be showing and teaching each one of us how close we could have lost it all and not to realize that, right? And then we have here the Temperance card. There needs to be a sense of balance. I don't think October is going to be the month of balance for America. It's going to be very unbalanced here. We have the Knight of Wands here. You can expect a lot of veterans who end up going to jail, particularly because maybe they were war criminals. And now this is not necessarily supposed to be with John McCain. Just want to put that out there. This is just the energy I got from that. Is that a lot of people are going to end up going to jail potentially. That can mean like information about the JFK, RFK, potentially assassination plots, people who will commit a suicide to prevent themselves from being able to be forced into speaking the truth on their behalf or going to jail. I am seeing here as well that there could potentially be people who have criminal background or who did the wrong thing on the battlefield who want to use their knowledge like a sniper against anybody within the United States, and that will cause major issues. I do see that here as well, and it's followed up by the King of Swords, which is Barack Obama. So I would not be surprised with terms of energy. It's going to be pretty chaotic. It almost feels like investigation, impeachment trial. Now, impeachment trial may be different. It may not necessarily be the impeachment trial. It could be something that feels remotely similar to that energy. We have a lot of information coming out. Investigation, people want to feel like they don't know America that they knew before, at least inside their head. We're going to be telling more of the jokes, and the Republicans are not going to let down and say that they lost an election. They're going to continue pushing the lie forward. And what I'm seeing with that is the fact that they're going to keep saying no. The investigation could very well be related to election fraud with the Republican Party. So that is what I'm seeing in terms of the energy going into October. Do I think they're going to institute an impeachment trial? Probably not, but they will if Donald Trump says he's planning on running for president again, because the impeachment trial is the only thing that can prevent Trump from running in 2024. Okay. Let's take a look at will anything happen on September 18th. We look at the plan early in today's video, but let's ask, will anything actually happen? Will anything occur? Will anything actually happen, like actually occur? Is there anything damage, any sort of events that's going to happen that's going to be major on September 18th to September 20th? Okay. Interesting. So we have Biden. Biden's no Kennedy, right? He is no Kennedy by any means. But he is the fire in the Phoenix. This is him, right? Not necessarily him. This is the Kennedy, right? This is Robert F. Kennedy. But here we have the Phoenix. Biden's the first president since 1992 to win the state of Arizona, which is known as the Phoenix State, right? He's the first president to do so. We have here hurricanes, natural disaster, climate change is on its way to America. So you can expect more energy from that. It could be very windy, it could be very disastrous. The question that we ask right now is, will anything actually occur between the days of September 18th to the 20th? And I do feel like there is going to be things that are brewing, right? But you can see that this person's unbothered, that they feel like they are the king and queen and that they are the rightful owners, that the people think that they can overthrow the government. We have here the Hermit. The future is unlikely, but not decided. Right? You see here, we have Bernie Sanders with the light, but look in the background. You see this little eclipse? Look at that right there. We have that right here. You see it? Identical. Identical. It tells you that what is going on is not set in stone. We're still in that completion cycle where anything from now until September 18th or September 20th, things are going to start to change energetically. It can get worse, it can get better. It's really up to us as a collective and our energy, so you have the opportunity to change that. The card that follows after this is the Strength card. They won't have enough strength. Now, this could either mean the strength of the Capitol, the strength of the Capitol Police, potentially maybe the Capitol Police are like, at this, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't get paid enough for this, and they may leave everything unguarded, or that they didn't respect the other police officers. Why should I have to protect my life when they're not even going to honor me anytime after? And so that is they're kind of what's going in the mindset here. We have the 5 of Wands. I don't feel like there's going to be a fight, and I have a feeling that these could be for two reasons. Either this is there's going to be no confrontation, and they're going to walk right in, and they're going to take it out and do whatever they want because, again, the Capitol Police stepped down because they don't want to be interfered and they don't want their lives being in jeopardy. Or they actually may just not pursue it. Maybe this might just be a plan not to actually cause any sort of confrontation with the Capitol Police. And that could be a method of surprise as well that they could be instituting. We have the Prince of Swords. I don't feel darkness. Right now, I don't feel like the rally is going to be more of a riot. I feel like it's just going to be a rally. That's what this is. I feel like it's going to be more so of a rally, but it really depends who's there and who is the one instigating it. Right? The next card that comes out is the Knight of Cups. I don't think the Capitol is going to be like damaged or any way or any form. I feel like the Capitol is going to be fine. Like a Capitol is going to be fine. They're going to respect the Capitol. And then we have here the 7 of Wands. Nancy Pelosi coming in. I feel like either this can mean many things because this is the Capitol. Capitol is in Nancy Pelosi's office. Well, in the setting, really. Hi, Lisa. So what I'm feeling is that it looks like Congress is going to either consume and pursue and keep going forward with whatever policy that was happening that day, or it could mean an investigation starts and kind of the same energy. I'm feeling both scenarios here. I feel like there's two possibilities that we can go into. We can go into one opportunity or one outcome where it does occur and it gets really bad, or one outcome where it doesn't occur and it gets better. It really decides on us what outcome we really want to go into. There's two outcomes I see here very clearly. I see two very distinct areas. We have here again misinformation, dark energy, murder on the mind of people. You can see this as two different ways, right? You can see this as a child running away scared from America, right? The country that they never thought it was going to happen. But you can also see it as a child running and having fun with their mouth open, right? It's all about perspective, right? And so the way you view what's happened on September 18th, it's on you. And that is your reality. That is your world. And so it really shaped around that particular thing. And I see two outcomes here. Two very drastically different outcomes. And that is up to you what reality you want to be a part of. Hi, Lisa. I know you've been very nervous. I hope this does calm your nerves. At the beginning of the video, we talked about briefly about the plan, what they've been wanting in terms of energetically, what they've been planning to want to do. And then in this part, we're more so talking about will there anything actually happen? And the energy does not seem to match the energies in the first part of the video. So I would personally think we're entering into a timeline where nothing really happened on January 18th. I really don't feel the energy's there. I could be completely wrong. But the energy is strong in terms of the minds of the people who are going there, but not in terms of action, or at least putting it out. Yeah, and then we have the sun cut at the bottom. I don't really necessarily feel that. I feel like it's going to be fine. Now, I could be completely wrong. So we're going to use my personal deck. Let's see what my personal deck says. All right. So, Spirit and Angel, please tell me, is anything major going to happen on September 18th to the 20th? Okay, awesome. And if you guys remember, if you watched my 3-month video where I cover August, September, October, I said about September they were planning an 9/11 attack, which actually they did. They tried to plan it, but it didn't go successful. They tried to put Flight 93 and aim it for the U.S. Capitol on 9/11. It did not happen, so thank God. But the energy there. The question is, will they act on it? Right? Anything with the Capitol? Anything going to happen to the United States Capitol or no? Okay, so we have here. It's funny because you know how I said this is like the full moon, but I didn't say this. But this is the sun. But you know how the sun is almost in that full completion, and we talked earlier in the video. We kept seeing full moon, but it wasn't fully complete. This is what this is. It kind of showed me like the moon is almost fully complete. So it's kind of giving me a time frame. It's going to occur around this time frame. Don't know what that is, but that's the time frame here. All right. So we have the truth card reverse. This is all about the truth I see, the third eye I see. But the third eye is closed. So a lot of people who are trying to do this, their third eye is completely closed. It's shut off. However, evidence is going to be found. So I do feel like it could be relating to many things. Like I spoke earlier today, we spoke about, people going to jail and stuff like that. This could be relating to potentially the way criminal or murderers or mass homicide people like to do it. They like to mass murder people, then show it back to the crime scene, or because they like to look at their work. That this could potentially be an easy way for the FBI or the CIA to find all the targets that they're looking for, because it's almost like an El Bueno type thing. They're going to start riling people up. Or this could mean that either they found, because I spoke about 4 little blueprints in the Capitol Riot video that I talked about, the Capitol Police suicide mystery. And I spoke about 4 different blueprints of going missing, and one of them the Nancy Pelosi's office, Mitch McConnell's office, one in I think the Senate or something, 2 other locations. And so there's 4 total, and I do see that here. So potentially find out that maybe these 4 blueprints for the Capitol was missing, and that's how they're able to get in. If that was to happen, there could mean multitude of things, more information, something being shut on light, right? So something being unearthed here. We have Kamala and Biden. I think this is going to be more so about Nancy Pelosi, Kevin McCarthy type fuel. This is the energy here. It's going to be more so focused on the House of Representatives and not the U.S. Senate. Right? We have here, it's not going to be cloudy, so it might be sunny. So it's going to be bright and early, so it's going to see it caught on camera completely. No parts are going to be missing. Nothing's going to be centered. We're going to see it all up front, close up. There are many different things that are happening. It's just how this may play out, right? We have here surrender. They did a crappy job. So whoever this is, whoever did a crappy job, that could mean the people who defending the Capitol. It could mean the people going in with a very bad plan. Maybe realize that maybe they got like a fake blueprint or whatnot. And then we also have here as well with the landslide card reverse. And it's not going to be as big of a crowd as January 6th. Right? And so let's find the Capitol card here. So we have October, Halloween. So they may try to do something by October. They might wear Halloween masks this time, so there's no identification in terms of faces. We have lose. So the Republicans are going to lose again. We have the House reversed. The home is reversed. Is definitely not going to take place near the White House. We have here Joy and Happy. They're very angry. These are angry people, right? They don't have a lot of love or compassion towards the government, right? They feel like they must do whatever they need to do in order to protect man or themselves from a transition from the Republican to Democrat. I feel like they're trying to prevent the death of their own country as they were taught growing up how it was, right? And here it is, the Capitol reverse. No, I don't feel like they're going to be able to make a big difference. It's going to remain heavily in favor of the Democrats here. And the reason why I say the Democrats is Nancy Pelosi in pink. Now, normally this would be Republican, but it's pink in this aspect. So there's that. The door will be closed on the Republicans. So there's that. Liz asked a very good question. Is anything going to happen at any state capital on September 18th? That's a good question. Because I said U.S. capital, could be any state capital. I did say that was a possibility in the past. So we're going to take a quick look at that as well. I'm going to quickly go to ad break because I have enough time to put some of these stuff away. Have you ever wondered how you can submit a question or a video request? Well, I will show you in this commercial how you can do that. So you go to my channel, you click on any of my uploads or any recent videos that you may see, and you go to the description. As you can clearly see, I already clicked on a previous video. You scroll down and you click right here where it says submit your question, topic, or video request here. You can also add in links and information that you would like to add in. You can ask at least 10 and you can keep resubmitting as many as you would like. You'll click that link and it will take you to my website. And this is what my website looks like. You could book a reading with me. You could find me email, other information along with my YouTube channel. You will click submit your video request here and you will click on that. And it will take you to a Google form where you guys can fill out and be able to put all your questions here. So thank you all for coming, and I'll just turn you right back to your content right now. Okay, so kind of deviate off energy for a moment. At the end of the video, we're going to leave you guys off with a nice tarot reading for you as a personalized thing. Kind of pick a card and kind of see what you need to hear at the moment that you're reading this. Quickly before we do that, and we do the last question. We have a crystal here, and I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to, meditate for a moment. I want you to listen to the sound, whatever sound is in your background, and I want you to focus on my hand, and I want you to focus on the energies of this crystal that I am holding, so you can kind of figure out, okay, what's the color, what does it look like? What is it basically? What crystal? You guys most likely are not going to get it right, particularly because your intuition is not used to or has not been in contact with this particular crystal. But I figured nonetheless we should try it. So close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in. Hold it. Hold it. Now gently exhale. One more time. Breathe in. Hold it. Hold it. Now gently exhale. Now you can either put this in the live chat or you can put it in the comment section below. What color do you think this crystal is? It's a big crystal, so I'll give you a moment, then we'll jump back into the reading. Lisa, so as for the Republican that you mentioned about the Republican not gaining control, based on the midterm video and the California one, as of now, I see both of them going Republican. But I will be covering a California thing again tomorrow. Because what I think ended up happening the last time I did the video the first time, the Democrats were skyrocketing in terms of voter turnout. But now most Republicans go out during election day. So that was skyrocket. So the energy kind of like going iffy back and forth. So I'm going to do one on election day tomorrow before the poll closed and kind of see, okay, the votes are in, who's winning, who's ahead. So we'll kind of do that as well. I know, Lisa, it was the first time a Republican in my videos since I started the series back in March actually became ahead for the first time ever. So again, it's a poll, so it's going to change and fluctuate based on energy. So, people mention, what about the Supreme Court? Well, the Supreme Court is going to take effect 30 days after it occurs. So you won't see that until the next one and see what the effect of that's going to be, had the midterm be held next month. You know what I mean? All right. So if you need more time, pause the video. If not, I'm going to show you the crystal now. This is black with a little bit of gray, a little bit of blue with white. This is called the Orca Agate crystal, right? This is Orca Agate. The reason why I got this crystal is because it looks so similar to an actually orca whale, if you look at it. And this is like a one-of-a-kind type thing. There's many of them, but not one that looks particularly like an actual orca. So I figured you might actually like that. All right, so let's jump back into the question about, is anything going to happen to any state's capital on September 18th, right? Is what's happening in terms of rallying, in terms of what's going on in terms of like the U.S. Capitol? Is that like something that's supposed to be a major distraction to what's going to actually occur? Maybe they might do a counterattack at the state capitol while people are distracted looking at DC, you know what I mean? We'll take a look. I'll actually use my personal deck for this. I know, right? It is pretty, right? It's one of a kind, actually. Okay, so Spirit Angel, please tell me, is any of these things gonna happen on September 18th to state's capital, not Washington D.C., but states within the United States capital? I'm glad you like the crystals. I actually might get them for my store and start selling them for you guys. I have to find a wholesale though. Okay, so this is interesting. Hmm. Okay. Okay. We're gonna need more information. I can't make a definitive decision until the one I'm seeing here. Extra information cards. Okay. You have Kamala Harris reverse. Anything else? Any last cards that you'd like to add to this particular reading about state's capital and whether or not it's actually taking place at a state capital, not DC? I have a feeling people, if this was to take place in a state, no one really would know about it. Hi, second. I don't feel like a lot of people know about what's going on. We have here, we have mankind. So we have the group of QAnon conspiracy theories, far right Republicans. We have here they're very unbalanced. We know that. I actually know they're balanced here, but they're balancing like demonic energies here, right? They're not very good people. That's interesting that card will show up here. We have here as well, we have vote. They believe that the vote is fraud. That's pretty self-explanatory. I'm focusing more on energies like California, Minnesota for some reason. I'm seeing North Carolina, Florida, and Texas. We have here as well as we have October. So it may happen around this month before Halloween. It may even take place in October, but not necessarily more so like near Halloween, just before Halloween. We have here as well, this is going to be relating to abortion, potentially a decision that's related to abortion in some way. Potentially there might be like people who are protesting against, like just say hypothetically, just for Texas, a new abortion bill, and people are just peacefully protesting and like, maybe like the bad boys from like, Oregon, I don't know what they're called again, from Portland, bad boys or something like that, and they go in and they start causing trouble, like the same way they did with Black Lives Matter, where they start trying to initiate something by starting a fight, and then that will help break out into a whole chaotic thing. I do see that the people who are going to be protesting are peaceful, but the other side may not be peaceful, and they may try to start something on purpose. We have here travel, so there's a potential chance here. I feel like they're locating. There might be like a secret information, like a secret. Oh, look, a card showed up. So we have a secret card here that people are like saying, "Oh, we're gonna tell people like half of them are gonna go to DC, the other half is gonna go to someone else." Thank you, Lisa. Proud Boys. Yep, I know it was something like that. Like they were like trying to send people in one area or the other. We have here underneath this balance is we have TikTok time. I'm sensing bomb, like something like grenade going off or something. But that might be one of the plans here because we have now this is kind of like a sleep mask. It's like a mask where it's supposed to be a pool, but I'm seeing that more so like you're wearing your mask, you put it on and you kind of close your eyes and go to bed or something. I'm seeing that here that they're basically asleep, like they're not paying attention to the time. The time is something's off here. It feels like time is like an illusion in this aspect, which it is, but we have here because it's funny because we have the voting card believing in voter fraud and it's reversed, and we have choices right here. We have the election, make a choice. So there's something here in terms of like election that might have to be. I don't know what this would be, potentially because there is no election that will take place in September or October. They would normally take place in November, like New Jersey and Virginia, right? We have here not October, so potentially there could be telling me maybe not October, maybe November. It could be referring to early November as well. Because we have here is we have the craft, so maybe the polling isn't going to be as bad as it normally is. Because we have here the women. It's going to be about women, but women are going to be stopped in some way. Potentially, I wonder if women are going to be restricted now, like a new voting block that's going to be restricting from voting, like altogether. Because we have the two cups reversed here. We have man and woman. It's no longer equality here. There is no equality, right? There's no sense of equality because the next card that came out was the Princess of Wands here, which is Kamala Harris, and it's reversed. She's the first woman vice president of the United States. So that card is reversed. So is the Princess of Cups, but tells me it's all about emotions here, right? Almost like it's a way of not only trying to stop Latino. I've seen Latino for Kamala, even though she's not Latino and African American women from voting. I feel like there's going to be some sort of restriction in some way or some form to prevent them from coming out. So I would not be surprised the Republican initiate voter restriction, particularly catered to not just Black people or people of minority descendant, but now towards gender, right? We have here the Lovers card, right? Some people are not going to be very happy, and the future is going to look very bleak for American democracy, right? However, the Supreme Court will not make a ruling on this. If this was to ever occur, the Supreme Court will not make a ruling. And these people may or may not go to jail. They actually may end up jailing people for trying to vote. So I don't know what they're going to do. Potentially, it could also mean as well that the people who made those laws may go to jail. It can many things could possibility, right? However, what we're going to have to end up doing, regardless, whatever happens, even if it's in state or physical, we're going to have to rebuild up. We're going to have to rebuild our homes. We're going to have to start to rebuild the way we do things in America, because what this means is something gets destroyed, but something better comes along this way. Right? That's the energy that it feels like. There's going to be some sort of humanitarian effort within the United States to build it back up. Kind of the same way that we tried to do, probably not the best description to use Afghanistan, because that's not the best way to put it, because it collapsed very easily. But basically they built it up from the ground up with brand new government, brand new rules and stuff like that. Almost like there needs to be a change of some sort. I'm going to give you guys a little break to kind of see what last minute thoughts you guys have about today's reading, what your intuition is telling you, and then we'll end today's reading off. But before you do that, we're going to do your also tarot reading, but I want to see what last minute comments you want to make before we go and, do your little tarot reading at the end. Hello, everyone. As you see on the screen right now, we have 34% of YouTube recommending our content. The best way for us to raise this number or bar higher is by subscribing, hitting the bell icon, and liking this video and sharing it with other people. And don't also forget to comment in the section below what you think of the video and its content. It will be extremely helpful for us getting other people to know all about our channel, what we do here. If you do love the channel, definitely try to help out as much as you could. I really appreciate it, and I love you guys, and I hope you enjoy the content. Bye. Okay, so I don't see anybody making a comment or anything about the intuition. So let's do a little pick a card reading for your last minute tarot reading, so we can end off on a positive note. All right, so basically how this works is it's called Postcard from Spirit. And so basically what I want you to do right now is I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to think of somebody, whether it's a spirit guide, whether it's a god, an angel, a past loved one who had sadly passed away. And I'm going to shuffle, and 3 cards are going to come out. And what you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes and feel what color does my guys want me to pick. And I'm going to read the title of these, postcard. And you're going to kind of close your eyes and kind of feel what one you're drawn to. If you're drawn to all of them, you can pick all of them. There are messages in all of them for you. You maybe might need to hear all 3 of them. But this will be a little thing for you. We haven't done this in a long time, so let's do this. Okay, Spirit Angel, please give me 3 cards for my viewers. What messages do my viewers need to hear? Okay, so there are animals here, what I'm seeing here, except one is a human. All right, so let's do this. Okay, so you kind of have to feel the energy here. I'll show you each card. So we have the first one is the rabbit, which says live your dreams. All right, so if you feel drawn to this one, this is postcard number 1. For postcard number 2, we have here is the dragon. It says, you are fierce. You are fierce. So if you feel drawn to this one, this is postcard number 2. And for postcard number 3, we have here hope floats. And this is postcard number 3 with an angel, Cupid. So we'll give you a little moment to kind of feel the energy of each card, to feel what one you're drawn to. And well, yeah, we'll give you a moment to kind of figure that out. And then if you need more time, you can pause the video. 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. Let's begin. All right, so for those of you guys who have chosen the first postcard, this is for you. This is the message from whoever you is that you asked from. Dearest you, isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again, full circle, in ways you could possibly not have planned? You wonder how dreams could die, only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but you were some knows better than your small self, whose desires are unmet. Now here you are with new opportunity to do the things from a different and more mature perspective. We want you to trust that in this new opportunity is rebirth. You will be recalled into 2 different directions, and the one that is unfamiliar will be the right one. In the unknown spaces, the uncharted places of infinite potential, we are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. You have come full circle, and now you can see that everything changes, is made new, and is given new hope. Loving you always. So if you want to take the time right now to pause the video and screenshot this is your message in case you ever want to keep it in your camera roll. For those of you guys who feel drawn to postcard number 2, this is your message, or from whoever it is that you asked from. We have here, dearest you. There is only one you, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. You are supposed to have a specific experiences in this world and meet certain people, but then it's up to you how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and chip away what's false. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think a person is happier just because the outside looks good according to society's standards. But you can't know anyone's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self. See how far you come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishment. You know what I mean, right? Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. What you want what you have now, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know that your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust. Loving you forever and ever. So that is a message from your guides, from whoever it is that you called in. This is the message that maybe you might need to hear. Let me know in the comment section below if any of these are accurate. And for the last one, for those of you guys who have chosen postcard number 3, your message is, dearest you, let us ask you, are you looking for happiness outside of your everyday moment-to-moment experience? Thinking you will find happiness, quote, out there someday. So many go chasing a magic out there, but it never could be found there. So we want you to share a secret with you that shouldn't be a secret. You are pure joy, and what made you is pure joy. And every time you wake up, and even when you sleep, you have joy waiting to be expressed inside of you. Joy and happiness and fulfillment come from doing joy, being joy and knowing it, cultivating it and lighting it in your heart so you can share it. You must know this so when the time comes, you will be fully free and your joyful being and action will turn you into a beacon of starlight. Look within and be joyful even for the tears and losses, for they mean you have lived, really lived. Jump into it all and love every minute. We love you like crazy over here. I think that's a beautiful message. And some of you guys asked about this, whether or not maybe you've been worried about what life after death is like, and I feel like this is for some of you guys as well. All right, guys. I love you. I hope you guys have a very beautiful day. I hope you enjoyed the messages. I hope it resonates. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. There's going to be no reading tomorrow. Everything will be postponed one day ahead. All right, guys. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Suskin. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Doris. I'm glad you guys all liked it. Thank you, Clarence, and everybody else. Have a good day. Stay safe, all right? Make sure you vote.